Here we are back again. We're going to assemble this Poljot 24, what are we calling this? 2614? 26142H. I already had the cannon pinion in, snapped together with lubrication. Our next piece to go on, I'm not even sure what this is called, but you know me by now. Doesn't matter. I just know where it goes. I think I know where it goes. Alright. Let's try somewhere over here. We got a piece of lint. Always lint somewhere. No, looks like a scratch. Okay. That's on there. Nice precision fit on those pins. Always nice to see. Something that precise is good. Precision is always good. Okay. Someday I'll learn the parts. I'll learn them someday. Till then, I just have to deal. Well, you have to deal with me just yapping. Okay, there we go. How's that running? Nice and slick. Not a whole lot of end play. That's always good. And I think we're going to have to put a gear in right there. I think it's this guy with that beefy end on it. That's a pretty beefy gear there. Nice. It's going to reach right down into that. Okay. Maybe we should do our mainspring barrel. Let's put our mainspring in. Why not? We can leave that gear there. We're gonna put a bit of grease on that arbor hole right there. There you go. Look how everything nice and slick. Moves nice and slick there. Okay. Just a touch of oil. You can tell it's morning time. Caffeine giving me the shakes. What do you do? Doesn't matter if you got the shakes. And I don't attempt to manipulate hairsprings that are bent out of shape. I tried that once. It didn't work out so good. So, I'm not even going to worry about it. We're going to screw that main bridge down. Main barrel bridge, mainspring bridge. Pretty straightforward movement. Simple. Easy to service so far. There's only so many ways you can assemble a watch or design a watch. I'm sure there's, well, we know there's plenty of exotic ones out there, but for the simplicity of these, you gotta love it. At least I do. Simple is good. I'd like to get my hands on something complicated one day, something Swiss, but till then, I'm just going to worry about these guys. Let's pull that gear out because I'm going to turn this over. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Now, give that a nudge. That's working good. Now that we have this on, we can come in here and put in our keyless works, because that's always nice to do when you have everything contained in there. Why is it nice to do? I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go. Believe it or not, I make a lot up as I go. Okay. How's our focus? We're going to keep this video short. I'm going to try to keep these to 15-20 minutes so they're not too lengthy. You can see them in parts. Doing these without having to describe things or make sure cameras are in focus. You can assemble these and the entire thing in literally 10-15 minutes once you get proficient with how things work. It's amazing how fast you can put one of these together. And some of these guys online, they can do demonstrations and just zip right along. Well, that's true. You can do that. I can do that. But I can't do it when I'm talking and yapping away and doing all this crazy stuff with the camera. And that's okay. I'm not in a hurry. Is that in the shot? It is, but it's not a good shot. Oh geez, look at this. Got a bright spot of sunlight coming. Fouling up my shot. Okay. We are focused. See, that's what's taking the time. The bottom line is, I want everyone to get a chance to have a look, see what's going on. Hey, how does that work? What are you doing? If I got to explain things a little bit, that's okay. Now this lever, we're going to put in properly. That is going to go in that orientation. That looks good. Let's put a little grease on that. Just a smear of grease. Now, we got to get that spring in there. That spring is not crimped in. It's like a wedge fit. Fits into this slot, bends around, puts pressure on that lever. How am I going to do that? I don't know. My camera just popped out of its holder. Alright, what do we got here? Nice and clear. Okay. Maybe some heavy duty tweezers or something. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's just wing it. Shall we? Only one way to do it. Just do it. That's about where it's going to sit. If I can get it to behave. It just took a dive. That's okay. Jeez, dropped it again. Come on, genius. I'm going to take this back out. I'm not liking that in the way. Let's put the spring in first. Ooh, look at that. Spring goes in nicely first. Okay, there we go. Don't put the lever in, put the spring in first. And that has a little bend on it, and it only sits in there one way. Good. Now it looks like I gotta pull that lever out of the way while we seat this, or pull the spring out of the way while we seat that lever. How do we do that? I don't know. Looks like this calls for a two-handed operation. Let's see how that works. I'm only right-handed. Are we in the shot? Looks like there's a little opening there to allow us access to that spring, so we can pull it out of the way Is that spring upside, or is that lever upside down? I don't think so. Let's have a look at the loop. No, that's in properly. So, you just gotta put the spring in, pull it out of the way, and put everything together. Once that's under tension, it's not going anywhere. Now, I certainly wouldn't operate that mechanism right now, because you know what'll happen. Let's lubricate this post, because that's getting this rather tall gear. Part of the keyless works. Okay. I did learn some terminology the other day looking at some guys online, like the ratchet wheel. Yeah. Okay, this is a two-piece assembly here. We're going to lay that in on those pins and then snap that in place. And that should hold. It is. So that's a spring-loaded thing here on this mechanism. We're actually going to put some lube on that. I don't know if we even need this yet. Let's take that out. We'll put that in later. And then this other part has a curvature to it to put pressure on that device. So that is a spring as well. Okay. Screws. What did I do with them? There we go. I have one Chinese movement that I might throw a service on just because it's Chinese and kind of hideous looking with the engraving. I might do that just to, I don't know why, just because. But I got that because it was a deal. Some guy was trying to sell it as an authentic German timepiece, and he had a 3133 for sale for a while. That was, I thought it was a Franken, but he never sold it because he wanted too much money for it. Is that gonna, does that screw go there? So I got this Chinese one. I made him a deal after he took the 3133 down and had this so-called German one. And I emailed him saying, that thing's not German. It's Chinese. I'll buy it off you, but only if you sell me your 3133 that you wanted too much money for. So he got back to me and said, yeah, you're right. That's a Meister art. It's hardly German. Okay, look at that. Keyless works are working. Now's the time to test it. We're going to put some oil on there. Some oil, right. We're not using oil, we're using some oil. We're going to put some oil on it. Okay. Works good. We have, let's put this little character back in. And then we're going to have one here, and we're going to have one here. You know what? Let's do that later. Yeah. Let's do that later. How many minutes? Oh, we're up to 14 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. Too much yapping. So anyway, this Chinese movement, I might have to show you that. It is so, it's got this engraving, and it's just hideous looking. It keeps fantastic time. I mean, I'm amazed. I guess it's not that bad. I just critical of it because of the looks of it and the engraving are trying to be something, I don't know. It's just Maybe I'll do that. It doesn't need a service. It's basically brand new, but I can't leave things alone. I gotta tinker with them, take them apart. Alright. I'm putting a little schmutz on that second-hand pinion. There we go. Okay. Our next gear should be the escape wheel. I hope so. Okay. Are we even going to get that in today? You know the old saying, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Well, it's not that I'm going to be fixing anything. I'm just going to take it apart. See how it works. What makes it tick? Get it? That's a joke. What makes anybody tick? Who knows? Okay. We're going to put in this guy and capture those three. Does it go this way or does it go the other way? I think it goes this way. Little watch humor there. Let's find out what makes it tick. I know. You said it once, dummy. Let it go. And it's true with motorcycles. When I was riding a lot and working on bikes, I'd get a brand new bike and first thing I'd do, bring it home and take it apart. Take the fuel injection apart, take the airbox out, see what's doing. Well, something's not doing right with this, I'll tell you that right now. That's lined up, that's in. It's that escape wheel. Where is it? Come on. Are we in the shot? We're in the shot. Doesn't feel like it's seated, but maybe it is. Yeah, this is going to take longer than I thought. It always does. Okay. Wowee. This is taking way too long. I think it's that escape wheel. That escape wheel just doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, maybe we can get a shot in. Okay, escape wheel is tipped to the side. Mama Lucia. Shouldn't take this long. Good Lord. Something is not kosher with this escape wheel. It looks okay. It's just got to sit in its jewel and behave. Too much darn coffee. It's in the jewel. It's in the jewel. So it's that top jewel. Don't drop it. See, I dropped it and it knocked it out. So much for keeping this under 20 minutes. 20 minutes and 42 seconds. Sheesh. Thought it'd be an easy job. Alright, let's lay that in there gently. Does that help? Those two are lined up. It's that escape wheel. Let's get it in the shot. Yeah, I need a drink. Something is not right. Good Lord. It is definitely the escape wheel that is giving me trouble. I think. Maybe not. Something's... Alright, let's see. If I remember, this wheel, that's sitting a little high. I wonder if that's got to be pressed in farther. Remember we took that out the first time? It kind of had a binding to it. Let's take that out. Look at that. Can you see that? Let's get in real tight. Right in the middle of that shaft there's a bulge. I wonder if that's got to be snapped in. And that thing's sitting proud. And that's why this won't drop in. That bridge won't drop on, because this is too high. I wonder. Let's do this. We're engaged. Doesn't feel like it. No, because it's engaged. I'm not going to go in any farther. Good. I don't know. Ay, ay, ay. See, it's one of those days. One of those days where you just got to suck it up and keep tinkering with it. Very tiny shafts fitting in those jewels. If you're not lined up, it ain't going to go. That's the bottom line. And that that escape wheel is in its jewel. Come. It's just one of those days. How's that look? Looks okay. But why are we having trouble? Alright, let's get a loop on this. The last thing you want to do is lean on it. See, that's nice and slick. Look at that. Those are lined up. So that's not the problem. The problem is escape wheel. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that just snap in? That nice little feeling when you hit it? You'll know when it's in. Now why is that slopping around? Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe it's not in. It is not in. Look at that. What is that sitting on? What's that talk? It's that. Wow, you idiot. Okay, people. Let's start it over. I thought I had it. Yes, my finger's in the way. You know why this is happening. Because I said this is an easy movement to service. This will be so slick and easy. I won't have any problems. That's why it's doing that. Because I said in the beginning, very easy to do. There we go. 27 minutes. Good Lord. That took us way too long. Way too long. That's how it is some days. I'm going to have to make this in 3 parts. Can't even drop the screw in properly. Ay, ay, ay. Let's get it in the shot, genius. What a day. It's one of those days. Some days you can just go right along and everything's golden. Then you have a day like this where it takes you 10 minutes to set a bridge. I ain't blaming the caffeine. Just the way it is. Now, I'm not tightening these yet. I'm just putting them in to hold things. I'm going to go and check that train. Main train. Is that what we're going to call it? Yeah, why not? Okay. Okay. That's good. I know. It's about time. Good job, genius. Yep. Don't be so hard on yourself. It happens. I think that screw doesn't go there. I think that's our balance. That goes with our balance. A little beefier. And the head looks different. Let's get it in the shot. Let's show everybody. That head is a different shade and thickness to that. That's a little beefier. That goes in our balance. Okay, we're going to have to end this. We're already up to 30 minutes. Okay, let's end this and we'll continue on the next one. Hopefully it'll be a lot less time.